First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashem, Yahushua Bashem, Rakakudash. Yahweh is who this world ignorantly calls God. Yahushua is who this world ignorantly calls Jesus. Bahashem means in the name, Rakah means spirit, and Kodash means holy. And that's all in the Paleo Hebrew. I also want to give double honors to the elder bishops and apostles of Great Millstone that taught me this truth. And today's video, I wanted to go into how the Lord is able to deliver you from any situation. Okay, a little exhortation and then a little reminder that whatever you're going through right now, the Lord is able to deliver you from it. And He is the one that actually put you in that scenario. Okay, when we look at the trials and tribulations that we go through, everything is planned. There's no such thing as coincidences or free will. Everything is planned. So, one of the reasons why the Lord puts, difficult times upon us is to try us. Is to see that when, our back is against the wall, what are we going to do? Are we going to try to figure things out by ourselves? Or are we going to have full faith in Him even when all odds are just stacked against us? And, a story or history that shows us an example of this is, Daniel. Daniel, when he was cast into the lion's den, you got to imagine that. He was told, yeah, I'm going to cast you into a den of lions, and these lions haven't ate in days. In a scenario like that, the flesh is going to be like, hey, I'm screwed. What am I supposed to do? Fight him? Run away? Can't run away from a lion. Can't fight 5-6 lions. So what does the flesh do? What is the carnal, what is the solution there? And the answer is you don't have one. So, what did Daniel do? Hey, he didn't even trip. He just said, hey, I know Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua got me. Right? You gonna see. So, let's read that here in Daniel chapter 6 and verse 20. And I have to put it like this just because my phone is broken, my screen, and I can't really see the left side. But it says, and when he came to the den, he cried with a lamentable voice unto Daniel. And the king spake and said to Daniel, O Daniel, servant of the living power, is thy God, whom thou servest continually, able to deliver thee from the lions? Then said Daniel unto the king, O king, live forever. My God hath set his angel, and hath shut the lions' mouths, that they have not hurt me. For as much as before him innocency was found in me, and also before thee, O king, have I done no hurt. Then was the king exceeding glad. Right, so what does that show you right there? It showed you Daniel's mindset. He said, Daniel said, O king, live forever. Hey, my power got me. He essentially said, why you worried about me? And Salakia, lately I've been having like this nerve pain that just, I feel like a nerve pain hitting in my hands, just like a sharp stinging pain, randomly. And yeah, my bad, it passed now, but give me a second. Okay, so as I was saying, Daniel wasn't even tripping. He's like, hey, he said, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua got me. Ultimately, that's exactly, what took place. So, one thing that, is not in the book of Daniel when you look at it is one of the ways, one of the miracles that the Lord performed, which was teleportation of Habakkuk. So, when you go into Bel and the Dragon, okay, in the Apocrypha, let's go ahead and pull that up. It actually gives you a couple more scriptures going into, how the Lord helped out Daniel. So, we jump down. Right, so this is Bel and the Dragon, chapter 1 and verse 32. It says, and in the den there were 7 lions, and they had given them every day 2 carcasses and 2 sheep, which then were not given to them, to the intent they might devour Daniel. Now there was in Jeri a prophet called Habakkuk, who had made pottage and had broken bread in a bowl, and was going into a field to bring it to the reapers. But the angel of the Lord said unto Habakkuk, Go carry the dinner that thou hast into Babylon unto Daniel, who is in the lion's den. And Habakkuk said, Lord, I never saw Babylon, neither do I know where the den is. Then the angel of the Lord took him by the crown and bare him by the hair of his head, and through the vehemency of his spirit set him in Babylon over the den. Right, so, Habakkuk was saying, I've never been to Babylon, how am I going to get there? And, the angel spirit's like, don't even worry, and just teleported him there. As it says, took him by the crown of his head and the hair of his head and just teleported him all the way to Babylon. So, these are the type of miracles that the Lord can perform, and you have to have that faith that he can perform, anything, which is ultimately, the conclusion of this video, that the Lord can get you out of any situation, and he can use anybody to get you out of that situation. So it says, and Habakkuk cried, saying, O Daniel, Daniel, take the dinner which God hath sent thee. And Daniel said, that thou hast remembered me, O power, neither hast thou forsaken them that seek thee and love thee. So Daniel arose and did eat, and the angel of the Lord set Habakkuk in his own place again immediately. Right, so Habakkuk was instantly teleported back. And, so spiritual, what Daniel said, because he said, hey, Lord, you remembered me, and thou hast not forsaken anybody that seeks thee and loves thee. Right, so if you're seeking Yahweh Hashem Yahushai every single day, doing his righteous works, you just got to know that he got you. Even though it might not seem, like he has you in that moment, just wait. As it says, the trying of our faith is the whole thing. So just wait, because right when you're about to break is ultimately when he comes in and pulls you out of that fire. Okay, he's not going to let his elect burn and the fire and become dust. He's going to always pull you out at the right time. And a scripture that goes into that is this is 1 Corinthians chapter 10 and verse 13. It says, There hath no temptation taken you, but such as is common to man. But God is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that ye are able, but will with the temptation also make a way to escape, that ye may be able to bear it. Right? So, the Lord is not going to suffer us. He's not going to put something above us, tempt us with some that we are not able to handle. But with the temptation also make a way to escape. Right? So he always gives us an outlet, something that comforts us. And ultimately the comforter, is the scriptures. Reading the scripture, making this video right now is actually comforting my own spirit, because I'm going through a situation right now. But, I'm applying what the scriptures say. I'm reading this story, and, it's lifted on my spirit, because I realize I've been doing the Lord's work, So I know Yahweh Hashem Yahushai is going to deliver me. And, I don't doubt at all. Even though, I look at my situation, I'm like, how am I going to get out of this? Hey, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai got me. And, once he gets me out, in a spectacular fashion, I'm going to be able to, speak the story, speak this testimony, as Daniel did, to be able to uplift other believers. So, hopefully this is edifying. With that, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahushua Ba'ashem, Rokakwadash. Double honors to the elder bishops and apostles of Great Millstone that tell me this truth. Shalom, Tilak, Shalom.